Morning, YouTube. I can say that because it's like 12:02. We are back at the commercial property. Hey, Bird, give it a whirl. So basically, this is my pusher. I have had this account, aside from last year, for the past, let me put you on my head here, hold on. I had the cones out to stop the sensor on the gate, but it wasn't working, so basically want to make sure this pusher, I mean, it's fine. It's got an adjustable rubber edge on it, so we'll get through this storm and see what it looks like. All right, so basically here, I'll show you around. What happened is I had this account, so obviously I'm not at the Redner's corporate that I was at last year and the first snow event that you saw, well, that you're about to see before you see this one. But anyway, I got picked that one up because I lost this location only because corporate upper management, I'll say, decided that it would make more sense for them to get a nationwide company, snow management company, involved instead of just using the contractors that they had in place for the past several years. So I was at this location for, man, at least 10 years straight, probably more. It was probably right around 10. They decided last year to basically terminate a handful of contracts up and down the East Coast, 15 locations. Basically terminate who they previously had, and like I said, go with this nationwide company. Reached out to me to try and see if I wanted to keep it, but as you guys can imagine who do this, it is very hard to do any kind of work for what they are willing to pay. Some of you may do it. I don't know how or why you allow them to lowball you so much and you do the work, but whatever. So basically, we could not come up with an agreement last year, so I unexpectedly lost this account around November of last year. So last year we were not down here, as you saw from our videos last year. We were up Reading area. As I figured would happen, it did not go well with who they hired last year, which just blows my mind because we didn't even have a winter last year, I feel like. I mean, a lot of ice events and stuff, but I think we had 1 or 2 okay snowfalls in there. So basically it didn't work out, barely made it through the season. Reached back out to me kind of late in the game this year, in December, and it's only December 12th today, so they reached out to me less than 2 weeks ago to see if I wanted to take it back. And at first I was like, no, probably not, because I already have everything committed. But I was able to, you know, adapt and conquer, if you will, and make it work. So the backhoe operator and backhoe was down here with me for the previous 2 or 3 years, I think, maybe more. So he is familiar with the property. I usually have my own skid loader down here with one of my operators, but because, you know, everything was already spoken for when they reached out, fortunately, the company with the backhoe was able to supply me with a skid loader as well. So theoretically, you know, pricing is not quite where I want it, but very, very, very close. So I was willing to, you know, do it. So here we are. This will be my new home for the winter. Come down a little harder now. Probably 1.5 inches, 2 inches maybe. Yeah, probably 2 inches. Not overly lot, but again, nice to keep up with it. Probably a good 2 inches. definitely starting to come down heavier now. I know the camera lens always makes it look less, but it's coming down. I mean, I'd say we've been here for almost 2 hours, and we probably got about 2 inches since we've been here. So he's going around in the skid loader, cleaning out around the trucks. Got out here done. So the skid loader does basically out here, does the entranceway, stuff like that, gets it all cleaned up. Doesn't really look like there was too much to do here, but again, it covers up again pretty quick. The car's been here since yesterday. I don't know, not sure who that is, but yeah, it doesn't look like he even pushed much here. Keeping all the piles in one spot, which is nice. But again, it's coming down pretty good now, so it'll add up here pretty quick. again, yes, we could wait until the storm is completely over, but I like keeping up with it. Coming down. I mean, if it stays this warm, the second we throw salt on it and the sun comes up, it's going to melt pretty quick, which is fine. And then I think the game plan is around 4 o'clock this afternoon, at least I will come back, because they will have to clean off whatever trailers are going out. They'll have to snow scrape the tops of them off and whatnot. But at least this way we're here while it's snowing. So pretty much the second the storm is ending, we only have another hour or two maybe afterwards to button everything up, and then we're done. Versus if we wait until it's done to do everything, you know, we're here for 6 hours plus after the storm is over, when they're trying to, you know, get trucks ready to go out. So some of you might be like, oh, you guys are just wasting time, scraping a ½ inch, an inch at a time. I just lapped this building, and as you can see, it's already snow covered. So until you lap this, get everything pushed out to there, if it's coming down hard enough, which we knew it was going to, it's already ready to get scraped again. And again, this heavy stuff, even with the 550, I mean, even just this little windrow, you feel it. It pushes you around. So imagine if we waited until there was 4 inches at one time and tried to plow all this. We'd get 2 windrows and then have to stop because it's too heavy for the truck. So that's my logic. Whether you agree with it or not, oh well. Kind of hard having you outside because the heavy wet snow just sticks to the lens in 30 seconds and I can't see it, and then when I'm done filming I see that you were staring at nothing but a pile of snowflakes. So I kind of have to keep you inside unless somebody's outside holding the camera so the snow isn't getting piled on the lens, but I don't have a GoPro operator per se. We're all here working, so just gonna have to leave you inside the cab with a couple random outside shots and a drone and stuff like that. Again, at the end of the day, you know, our job is here to work, not shoot YouTube videos, so gotta watch how much I do it. So videoing might not be the greatest. Unfortunately, there's only so much you can video. You know, if I had somebody here with me that could take a bunch of different action shots, that would be great, but I don't have that, so just gotta bear with me. The other guys should be out now. There's at least 2 other trucks out right now. Well, there's 2 trucks and 2 skid loaders out right now at 2 different accounts. And then I have another 2 trucks and another machine going out around 6. Because again, everything's closed up that way, and where they are further north, there's not as much snow there. So they should be fine there. I'll check in with them in about an hour or so, and we'll go from there. In the meantime, hopefully you are enjoying the content. I would think most of you that have been following along and have watched my snow videos last year and the first one this year, you would probably all agree that this content is a bit more interesting than the Redners that Mike and the other guys had. So I'll try my best to make, you know, good content. are definitely in the jackpot zone down here in Chester County. I just measured on that nice base there, and we are at exactly 6 inches. And as you can see, still snowing hard. And they were calling for 4 to 6. So I will say it doesn't happen very often, but we are in the jackpot zone and going to overachieve. Doesn't look like we have more than an hour or so left before it starts lightening up. Still 32 degrees. Either my thermometer or my truck temperature doesn't work, or it is just not dropping temperature, but it has said 32 the entire time, which I kind of find hard to believe. But the wind's going to pick up later, and then they say it's going to get pretty cold this afternoon and Monday and Tuesday, I think. So probably going to make another pass here, and then we might just wait it out until it starts letting up. But man, I don't know, it just does not want to slow down. Pretty. Finally stopped. Well, light flurries. So now we are starting to do our cleanup. We're working on the entrance here. The sooner we get it cleaned up, I'm throwing salt down. That way we're kind of tag teaming how it looks. heavy. Exactly why you can't wait until it's done. If we were trying to push 7 inches of wet snow right now, it would not go well. All right, now the part that everybody hates. Doing so, I almost just fell on my ass coming out of the truck. It is freaking dicey. But the second the salt is hitting it, like at that entrance right there, it melts off right away. Like I said, it's not cold. It's only 31 degrees, so the salt's gonna melt quick, which is good. Burn off as much as we can before temperature drops. So as you can see, is the camera on? I can't tell. More than I was figuring, to be honest. Usually if they're open, they have guys that do this. there it is. Kind of stopped filming towards the end, and of course now it's snowing again, but I have it salted pretty good. It is 11:15 now. I need to be back down here at 4. So I'm going to head home, grab something to eat, play with the kids a little bit, and then head back down here for all the trailer scraping and whatever else they decide to do. But all in all, it was about 7 inches of snow in 7 hours, so it came down pretty good. So as you can see, we got her black, and I'll bring you back with me at 4 o'clock and kind of show you how the snow scraper goes, and we'll go from there. I'll see you in a bit. Adios. Just like that, back at FedEx. Trailer that is up against the building, so that's on average probably 15 to 20 per side. So I'm gonna say they probably have 50 trailers they have to run through the snow scraper. A little bit of the snow is trying to drift on this side of the building, but not bad. As you can see, everything else is pretty much dry now. All right, 2 hours later, and all the trucks are pulled out. Got everything cleaned up the best I can. A few trucks didn't start. So now he's going to back all of these back into their spots. And then we get to go all the way over here. This is a very, very, takes what little energy you have left out of you just sitting here. It is so boring, and all you think about is going to your freaking bed and sleeping after being here since midnight last night. It's now 6 o'clock the following night, so by the time I get home, I mean, he's got to run, like I said, pretty much every trailer on that building he's got to run under. First one going through. Boom. Well, the yard jockey's here now, so hopefully they run 2 trucks to me, although he's been moving stuff back there, so I'm not really sure. For some video out there. I'm getting tired. 7 p.m. started at 11 p.m. last night, so it'll probably be 24 hours by the time I get home. And I had about an hour and a half nap in between there, so I'm feeling it a little bit, and have to get up and go to work tomorrow, so that's what I signed up for. it's like a slushy. It's kind of actually very nice. Not bad. It is currently 8:15, and I think we are only about halfway done one side of the building. It's money. So you got to keep reminding yourself on storms like this. It's money. Easy money, just boring money, especially after, you know, a 14-hour day already here. But I will take it. I've seen some that have chutes on the left and right. You see how it's piling up on the pillars there? Well, there's nothing you can do about that. I've seen them where they have like 4-foot chutes on either side. That way when it comes off the scraper, it hits the chutes and then gets thrown out like 4 or 5 feet. And then we can come in there and scoop it up. Because right now, like, what, are you gonna hand shovel all that around the pillar? No. So we'll just do what we can. Let the rest do whatever it's gonna do. The guy in the yard jockey's moving trailers around. I've cleared a couple of spots already, so I don't know if he's planning on moving every trailer. It would be nice if they tag teamed the trailers around the dock, so we can get that done. All right, I almost forgot to do an outro, which I'm leaving now. As you can see, it is 1:30. Got back down here at 4 p.m. So that was another, what is that, 4, 8, 9.5 hours of just cleanup. Yeah, so we got here midnight, Sunday morning, midnight. It's now Monday morning, 1:30. So 25.5 hours at FedEx. I had a 3-hour break in there, but yeah. Sorry, Popo. Yep, 25 hours with a 3-hour break in there. So, like I said, it's 1:30 now. Won't get back home till probably closer to 2, and then have to get up and go to work. Starting a new job tomorrow, which you guys will see. Chance of, I heard, like a coating of snow tomorrow, and it's going to be wicked cold, so we might have to go back out salting again tomorrow. We'll see. This storm is in the books, 7 inches down here. The guys up in Redding didn't have nearly that much, but they got it done. So they're gonna go out and do ice checks in the morning. With the wind, pretty much everything dried out, but I know at least 2 facilities that'll blow shut with the wind, so they'll have to do some plowing in the morning to get that back open. But other than that, should be good to go. So I am tired, I am beat. I haven't had a 25-hour day in quite a few years because it never snows anymore, but I made it. I will see you on the next one. Adios.